During this period, Maruti enjoyed associating with people who had an inclination to discuss religious and philosophical subjects. A latent desire to experience what he discussed through these talks was being slowly awakened. Although his successful businesses were enough to keep the family in moderate comfort, it was not enough to satisfy the inner contentment that Maruti longed for. He was a man imbued with a deeply religious temperament, and so decided to adopt several religious practices designed to fulfill this inner longing. One of Maruti's friends had been visiting a holy man in Bombay and convinced Maruti to join him on the next visit. Maruti was 34 at the time, and this visit proved to be the turning point in his life, for the thirst for truth ultimately led him to his guru, Siddhamareshwar Maharaj. Maruti immediately accepted the holy man as his teacher and began his spiritual practice with great faith and determination. Maharaj later said of his teacher,
"When I met my guru, he told me, 'You are not what you take yourself to be. Find out what you are. Watch the sense I am. Find your real self.' I obeyed him because I trusted him. I did as he told me. All my spare time I would spend looking at myself in silence. And what a difference it made, and how soon. It took me only 3 years to realize my true nature. My guru died soon after I met him, but it made no difference. I remembered what he told me and persevered. The fruit of it is here with me."
I was not usual guru. What was for me extraordinary was the fact that he was a very, very simple man. He was saying, I know I can hardly write and read, which was a little exaggerated, I think. But of course, he never read the Veda. He never quoted any holy scripture or anything. Sometimes he said, when Krishna told Arjuna about his real identity, the Parabrahman, he was talking about me also. Or quite often he said, what I'm telling you is not from book. I don't repeat the words of others. It's never hearsay. It's my story that I'm telling you, my story.
We had been told by our friends to get the book I Am That. We were in India, and I didn't want to see any more gurus. I'd had my fill of gurus, not again. So our friend cabled us from Argentina, told us to go and get I Am That. So we went and we bought the book, and we ran straight over to Maharaj's residence. The address was given there. And we rang the doorbell, and his daughter-in-law answered. And she said to us, we said, "Maharaj," and she said, come back, 11 o'clock. So we went back to the beach, and we began to read I Am That furiously, very quickly, and we came back at 11 o'clock. I walked up the stairs, and my heart was pounding, and somebody had just been thrown out because he was wearing a yellow robe. I think they were the Rajneesh people, and he'd thrown them out. And I said, "God, I hope he won't throw us out." And then he pointed his finger at me. "You, where are you from? What's your name? Where are you from?" And of course their translators were sitting there. And I said, "France. What do you know?" And I told him what I thought I knew. I'm not the body, I'm not the mind, I'm pure consciousness. He tapped his head and he said, "You sit down." I was ever so happy that I felt this is it at last. And from then on it was, I was in a state of bliss.